Hello. Today's video is I'm going to talk about overwhelm. So, are you overwhelmed easily? Especially, are you finding yourself overwhelmed at this time of year? So, right now, right, we're in holiday season. Thus, the top hat. I'm ready for the holidays. No, really, top hat is part of festivities coming up. I'll get to that later. But right now, I just want to talk about you and, how was Thanksgiving? How was Thanksgiving, which was last week? Hustle and bustle, it's already going. Tomorrow's December 1st. Here come the holidays, and are you prepared or are you already feeling overwhelmed? And so, anxiety, depression, and overwhelm, this is not a good combination for the holidays, right? We're going into a season where it is busy no matter who you are, right? No matter what your mental health is like, holidays are busy. But what about when you're dealing with anxiety, depression? Like, how are you handling it? So, again, most people are frazzled at the holidays, they have too much to do and things have really changed, right? Things just in our world have changed. Now there's so much pressure. There's so many to dos. One of the things I noticed that I think cards are less of a pressure now. It used to be a thing you had to send Christmas cards, but that's kind of like one of the things that have almost been taken off the plate. Why? Because people are so busy with the holidays, right? There's just so much going on, and so with all this busyness, with all this overwhelm, is it zapping your joy? Because really the holiday should be this amazing time, right? Thanksgiving is this time where we give thanks and we're grateful for things and we spend time with family. It should be this amazing occasion, as should Christmas, where we celebrate Jesus's birth, right? This is an amazing time for us to give thanks and for us to be happy and joyous, but for many people, it's not. And so if you've struggled with holidays in general, then maybe this holiday is even more stressful for you and your boat is kind of sinking. And I get it. I understand. It's how it used to be for me. I used to experience a lot of overwhelm at holidays. In general, felt a lot of overwhelm throughout my life. And when I was dealing with, again, anxiety and depression, overwhelm was a big concern for me. And it's one of the things I hear a lot from clients. It's just like, I just am overwhelmed easily. I'm overwhelmed easily. And it doesn't seem to matter really what's happening. But of course, they notice a real problem around the holidays because there is more to do. There is more pressure. There's more expectation. The calendar is full. And then there's all these family dynamic pieces happening as well at the holidays. And so for a lot of people, it can just create the boat to sink. And so again, I understand that. I know what that was like. And yet for me now, everything has changed. So now I'm walking in complete freedom, having overcame anxiety, depression, and bipolar disorder. And now things look completely different for me. And so I just want to describe a little bit, like last week was Thanksgiving, right? And we had 10 people in our house. We were supposed to have 13. And at the last minute, someone couldn't make it. And so we had 10 people hosted in our home. And so we made food for everybody, had a great time, and had our house full most of the day. And it was so much fun. I had so much laughter, so much joy. It was just a great time. And I know that years ago, when I was still dealing with anxiety and depression, it would have been too much. It just would have been too much. But instead, I was really tired at the end of the day, but my heart was full and I was just happy. I was just so happy and thankful for my friends and had a really great time. And now I'm going into, right, the Christmas season. Again, tomorrow's December 1st. And I want to make sure that you understand that, because sometimes people look at me and they're like, well, now you're well, and so everything's easy. But the busyness doesn't change. Like, I understand busy. So I'm not only a CEO, and which means that I'm not only serving clients through the process of overcoming anxiety and depression, loving them through the process, walking with them through the process, but there's also the overseeing staff, marketing, there's all kinds of pieces going into this. And so there's a lot on my plate as a CEO. On top of that, I am on staff with ministry. And so I staff at a church, and so I have a lot going on. December is one of our biggest big ministry months. Top Hat is for a Christmas concert coming up. So we're doing a Christmas concert. We also have special Christmas services, and there's always special events, a lot of them. Because ministry, this is a great month for ministry. This is a month for reaching people for Christ. And so all of that's happening on top of normal staff responsibilities. So that's busy. On top of that, I'm a mom and a wife. Yeah, don't forget my family. My family is incredibly important to me. And so I've got a lot of moving pieces in this. And so I don't want you to think, hey, Yeah, you're happy and joyous because everything's easy. Hey, I'm still busy. But you know what? Because now I'm well, because now I walk in peace and joy, this thing's easy. Like it really is so much easier for me because I'm equipped to handle this kind of weight. I'm able to handle my life with ease, show up in joy and peace, and no one gets the right to steal my joy and peace, no matter the circumstance. Nothing can steal my joy and peace because it comes from within. And so the reason I am sharing this with you is because again, I get busy, but if you're going into the season and already out of Thanksgiving, you're feeling then I want you to understand that you can change things, but you're going to need to follow our proven strategy. And so I'm going to share that with you. And what I want to make sure that I emphasize before I share with you how to do that is the reason I do everything I do at Achieve Emotional Mastery is because God has more for you. There is more for you to handle. There's more, and I don't mean like, hey, there's more, because you're probably already handling enough. But it's not supposed to be a struggle. It's not supposed to be difficult. It's not supposed to be suffering, and you're not supposed to be depressed or anxious for the holidays. That is not how this thing is supposed to work. God has so much more for you. And so if you want to change things, now is the time to do it. If you want to feel different at Christmas and have a different experience, now is the time. We still have 4 weeks to Christmas, and you have plenty of time to be a different person to be able to handle that situation, but you got to get started. If you keep waiting, it's going to look just the way it did last year, maybe even worse, because now it's been another year. And so do not delay on this thing. So at Achieve Emotional Mastery, we have a proven strategy that works for you to overcome anxiety and depression completely. And the first step in this, really quite simple, is to watch our free masterclass. When you do that, you're going to learn the 5 shifts that my clients have used to overcome anxiety and depression, the same 5 shifts that I use to overcome high functioning anxiety as well as bipolar disorder. And now it allows me to walk in freedom, which means I can do more for God. It is easy for me to do the things that God has called me to do because I have great health emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And out of that place, I'm able to do a lot. And so if that's what you want, then our first step for you is going to be to watch the masterclass, and you can do that at stacyrivera.com/freedom. Just take a look at that, see if that resonates with you, register, and take a look at that. Okay, that is again your first step in this process for overcoming. I promise I'll walk you through step by step by step, but your first step is to watch the masterclass. All right, I'll see you guys soon.